In this video, let's now start working on our footer section. So for that, let's close everything. Let's open the chat, the Livewire chat. In here, let's go to our footer. Let's close this section. We're done with this for now. In our footer, you're gonna have a form. Inside the form, let's add an @CSRF. Alright, this is just a token that we're gonna use in our forms to provide security for our post methods. Alright. In here, we're going to, let's add an invisible input, which is going to prevent the autofill on our field. This is a method I use myself. So you're going to have hidden input. Here it's going to be input. For type hidden, an autocomplete false, style add display none. And here in the form, let's remove this action attribute. Here let's add autocomplete, make it off. Now in here, we're going to have a body, which we're going to send to our backend. So here let's add X data. We're going to make this on an Alpine element. Here let's add body. The body is going to be, let's just do it right now, entangle body from the backend. And now I think entangle in Livewire version 3 comes deferred by default. Alright. Now after this hidden input, here let's add a div grid course 12 item center. Inside here I'm going to have an icon. This one let's add course span 1. And here I'm going to have an input type text. Here let's add autocomplete off, autofocus, and then placeholder. Let's say write your message here, and then let's say max length 1700 characters. Now let's go to the next line. Inside the same attribute for this input, let's add some classes here. Class for the input, first of all, we can say course span 9, and then background gray 100, border 0, outline 0. Okay, when we focus, we want the border to also be 0. And then when we focus, we want the ring to also be 0. And then hover, also ring 0. So here we're just removing the default behavior of this input. And then here rounded, large, the focus, outline none. And in here, since we added a model body here, this one, or rather a property, here let's add X model body. So we can link this to that. So when you input that, it's going to fill the body automatically. But after the input, we're going to have a button. We can say send, maybe add a class, and just say call pan to. The button is going to be type submit. And then here, let's say something like X bind. We're going to bind this one to disabled. So here it's going to set this disabled if the body trim is forced or it's empty. Yeah, so for this trim in your JavaScript console, you might see an error. That is because sometimes the body might be null, and this only accepts string, not null values. So that's why it's showing the error, but it will work correctly. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So let's go ahead and check out how it's looking like. All right, awesome. Now we have an input field here which has no borders or anything as we type or hover, which is good. And I have a send button here. Alright, now if I refresh, still working fine. Alright, so now in here, in the left, let's add one element. So now let's go to our Bootstrap icons. In here, search for Spotify. This one. Copy that. Let's paste it in here. Let's just change the class here. Width 8, height 8, text gray 500. Now if you go and check it out, awesome. Now it's looking something like that. This Spotify, the input, and the send button, like that. Let's go ahead and add a padding here and make this one align very good. So let's go back. In here, in the footer, here let's remove this border. Here let's add padding to 2 for around. And now, awesome. Now it's looking much better like that. An input and the send button here for submit, and we can also type inside and the Spotify. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.